Brant is very gifted, bright, easy to catch on. Like started at an early age, amazing.
You know, he's a very, very smart guy. He's very smart and very compassionate.
Completing a GED in 6 weeks is unheard of here at UMA Center. We have students that's been here for over 2 years. We are just so impressed by Brant's accomplishments, and we just wish him the very best.
Arriving on time is an understatement. He was always approximately 15 to 20 minutes early, sometimes beating me here to the office.
He started walking at 8 months. Out of 6 children, he was the quickest. Catch on very quick. He started talking and complete sentences early. From there, he started school at 2. He started writing music at the age of 8 and 9.
I really can't see him not doing positive things. He's definitely a great guy, great spirit. I'll do anything to help him because he has showed and encouraged me, you know, that he'll be there to support and help me.
Upon interviewing him, I noticed that he had a very high work drive, and upon orientation and giving him direction on what everything he would be doing, he had a very eager to work and get the job done right then and there, even in orientation. Upon his first day of work and from then to now, Mr. Davis, he went above and beyond, more than just janitor work. Anything I asked him to do, or before I even have to ask, it was done with no issue, no problem. He was a very honest individual. I could go back to a time when his hours was overly paid mistakenly on his check, and he corrected them to me, and I just allowed him to even keep the hours that he was overly paid just because of his honesty of letting me know that I overpaid him.
He was a part of South Shore drill team, Jesse White tumbling. He did a lot of tumbling. He went to boxing school. He taught himself how to play the drums. He was a Chicago bucket boy. He's been in commercials. He's traveled to events. He's made money.
And he's agreed to be on the panel to help encourage younger guys how to behave in the music industry, what to expect. And it's called the Brothers in Business Summit that we're trying to help make a difference with young men here in Chicago. And he's agreed to be on the panel for that.
It was great having Brant at the UMA Center. Not only did he finish the GED classes, he also participated in the Career Link class. That's a class that I teach. I have small group setting, and the Career Link is basically you're learning interviewing techniques and getting you back acclimated to the workforce. And in that class, Brant was a pleasure to have in there. He was just so motivating and encouraging. We had a lot of students that would come in there and just be stressed out, you know, and he would just encourage them to be positive and think positive. And, you know, Brant could have taught the class. He really could have. He was just awesome. So not only that, I was speaking highly of him along with the GED instructor, and our executive director overheard us talking about him and said, hey, why don't he be the face of our website? We need to have someone on there to encourage our students and motivate and recruit for recruitment efforts. And I thought it was a great idea.
He's our prize student, and we had even wanted to have him speak at our annual fundraiser for the UMA Center. But he was unable to do so, but he's still the picture on UMA. When you click on UMA Center on Facebook, you're going to see Mr. Davis shaking my hand. I came to meet Mr. Davis, as I like to call him, when he came here to enter our GED program. He proved to be a very, very astute student. He was dedicated to learning, and he wanted to do things to the best of his ability. He was kind of a sponge for soaking up information as far as anything that had to do with personal development, and I found that very refreshing, especially in young people. He did complete his GED here at UMA, and he did it in 6 weeks, which was record-breaking because the average time is at UMA 7 to 12 months, and at other places 2 years most students take to finish the GED. He also helped me when I was running for political office. He was very interested in politics and how things, everyday life is affected by those decisions that are made by our lawmakers, and that we need to be aware of everything that's going on around us and not be asleep. I think he has the makings of being someone who could make a difference. He truly articulates well, comes across as a very sincere person. He was a pleasure to have in class. I enjoyed the rapport that we shared. We talked about a lot of things in my GED class. It's not just about math, which is what I'm supposed to be focusing on, but we talk about everything. And he always had some positive input. We missed him when he graduated, although we were glad. And we only hope that he continues to do the things that we feel he can contribute in a positive way to help society, and definitely reach out to the young people that are the millennials, as we call them, because they're going to be the people that are going to run the world when we become elderly. But I congratulate Brant on the things that he has accomplished, and I know he's going to have a wonderful future.
I have to do this. It was that I don't know what I had read or what piece of literature that came to me at that time, just was like starting to focus on one thing at a time. So this was my one thing at that time. Like, once I accomplish this and this goal, I feel accomplished, and then I can move on to the next goal and do something else. So basically, I was rated as the fastest person to ever come through this program. Like literally, like I missed 3 questions on the Constitution, and it was like I could tell you which question they was because they wasn't in my study guide. Like, I knew that I was gonna miss those that wasn't there. I didn't study that. Like, I literally memorized everything that I touched, everything that I focused on. And it was, like I said, it was just an amazing environment because this lady, man, like, just the experience she allowed me to have, just this motherly love, this feeling of care, and she made me feel so good about myself. She would always ask me questions like, have you gotten your IQ checked? Like she just made me feel like this genius.
He's just strong, considering all the tragic and the drama that went through his life and all the things. He done seen people get killed right before his eyes. He been kidnapped. That's just like, he's been through a lot, and he's seen close to death. You know, when I say being shot, you know, that's not the average kid. Don't even understand him waking up with the nightmares and everything. He's strong, and even as a grown person, he stayed with me. He's woke up hollering and screaming, but he's real strong, and I'm very proud to be his mother, and he's my strength from time to time as well.
My mother, she had went to Mississippi, and all I know is I got a call that she was incarcerated. She was locked up. She had got into some type of trouble. I honestly don't know exactly what happened. I still don't know to this day, but she was gone for a long time, a little bit over a year. And at that time, that's when life had changed for me, like, dramatically. I was like, you know, I had already been through some things as a youth, you know, growing up where I grew up at. I got in trouble as a kid, definitely, that's no secret. But I had never I was still, like, you know, relying on Mom. Like, my father, he wasn't around, so we didn't have a relationship at all. And actually, he was incarcerated at this time as well. My sister, she had friends and stuff. She went to their houses, and for a while, I had to kind of like try to take care of her and watch her and you know, try to keep her straight. Try to play a father and a big brother at the same time. At the house that we were staying at, that my mom had provided for us, we didn't have gas anymore. When she left, there was no gas in the house, so pretty much I was the only person at home. I stayed there because this was home for me. I didn't know anywhere else. I was always a loner. I didn't have friends whose houses I can go to, anything. And I just had to take care of myself. I had to take showers in cold water because there was no heat. The lights were off. Like, it was just a really, really rough situation. And I was forced to, you know, take care of myself and try to become a man, like, for the first time in my life. I had never had that, like, out here on the line, have to fend for myself type of situation. It was always like, if things get too rough, I can go and, you know, Mom would help in some type of sense, because, you know, I was her child. And